Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to Echo, the furry visual novel that I know is in high demand. A lot of people want it. Been waiting for a time to get into it. We got through 922 and all the other visual novels we've gone through, but there's still roughly like 2 or 3 that I know is in high demand. So we're going to get into Echo, but of course, discretion. If there's any kind of weird furry prawn or really questionable subjects drawn and it's getting censored, or I'm skipping to when it's not so possibly adult-ish. Because I mean, I'm fine showing violence, I'm fine showing shocking value, I'm fine with vulgarity, but not if it turns into furry gay prawn, man. And that's where we cross the line, because I don't want to get demonetized or worse. But hey, let's get into it and see what it is all about. I knew you'd be back. You all come back eventually. Why do you try to run away in the first place? It doesn't matter. Even though you're here, you're going to try and run again. Just stop. Because just like this town, you're only moving in circles. Saturday. Yeah, Mom, I brought it. No, I've got everything. No, TJ's with us. We picked him up yesterday. No, I did call you yesterday. There was no answer. Fine, yeah, I'll try more than once next time. So of course they're clean. Listen, I'm driving right now, so I shouldn't be on the phone, should I? I'm gonna hang up. Okay, love you too. Bye. I sigh and finally hang up the phone, dropping it on my lap. TJ, next time, and next to me, in the passenger seat, stretches back and scratches behind his ear. Oh, that's cute. It's been a while since I've seen your mom. How is she? I shrug. Fine, I think. She wouldn't tell me if she wasn't anyway. TJ taps a foot against the dashboard before yawning. Wow, feels like we've been driving for days. Normally TJ wasn't one to whine, but the long drive was obviously getting to him. It was getting to all of us, honestly. I look over at him. We're almost there. Why don't you listen to some music or something? My phone's been dead for the past 2 hours. I didn't know it would take us 8 hours to get there. Do these vehicles not have radios anymore? I sigh. Whether that dig was purposeful or not, I still feel a little embarrassed. I'll admit I got us lost for a few hours. Route 93 is hard to find, even with the GPS. It's no wonder that the Echo's in the state it's in. You should have brought a book. Those don't run out of batteries. They're saying they can't listen to music because the phone's out of batteries, but they have a GPS, but they're saying they don't have a truck or car radio? Unless they bring it up, man, but... I look up onto the rearview mirror and see Jenna hold up a hefty book titled Cognition. TJ sighs. All of my books are on my phone. Why don't you listen to the radio? The radio, yes. Oh my god, they finally thought of the radio. TJ starts to reach for the dial. Don't bother, all we get out here are hex stations? I have some music on my phone, though. You should just, listen to some really crappy cowboy music then, and try to make a good time out of it, because they talk about their John Deere tractor or something. Do you have an aux cable, Chase? In this clunker. No, but like I said, we're almost there. Just having the 3 of us here is a little awkward, unbalanced. I wonder if completing our little group will bring back that old chemistry. Thinking about seeing Carl, Flynn, and Leo again makes my heart skip a beat. Take exit 127, or 127 onto Flint Road. I jerk back to the present and press on the brakes as I swerve onto the exit ramp. Whoa. Sorry. Chase, come on, pay attention. Am I gonna see the characters yet? It's just showing me backdrops. TJ adds a little giggle to lighten the chastisement, but my face gets hot anyway. Hey, me and Jenna went 3 hours out of our way to pick you up from CCU. You could have taken the bus. No, I'm grateful. I just rather this not be the place I die. We continue Flint Road for about 15 minutes in silence while I avoid the ever-increasing number of potholes in the road. I think we're all a little nervous now as we get closer to our destination. Unsurprisingly, there isn't another car in sight. You guys excited? I look in my rearview mirror again and see that Jenna has put down her book, staring out the window. I actually haven't given a whole lot of thought as to how I feel about the whole thing. About the what now? I have no idea. The whole thing. Well, I'll save here just in case then. The whole thing of what now? Did I miss something important? Nervous about the destination. Where are we going? You're telling me if I'm excited? I'm excited for what? I mean, it's either I turned my brain off and they said where they're going, or I didn't turn off my brain and they actually haven't said it yet and they're asking me whether or not I'm nervous to a destination I don't know about. I don't know, honestly. My brain is feeling a little right now. I'll just say, yeah, it'll be great to see everyone again. It's been way too long. I meant Echo. Oh, now they tell me. They're talking about Echo returning there. Well, I'll assume it's, something strange about it. Are you excited to go back? Oh, I don't really know how to answer that. Is excited the right word? It sure is hell stressful. As long as we can go for a hike. I don't want to be sitting around in the motel all day. Well, it beats having a heat stroke in the desert. Are you seriously hiking the trail? Oh, come on, it'll be fun. At least I know Chase will come. TJ smiles at me, raising his brows. It's too hard to say no to such an eager face. Eager? That's questionable wording. What are they eager for? A walk? At least right now. Yeah, of course. Anyway, sounds like you've only got the boys on your mind, Chase. Leo, maybe. Make a slight right. On Lake Emma Road. I ignore Jenna, pretending to be distracted with adjusting the GPS. A few more minutes of silence pass before Jenna speaks up again. So, this news thing you're making, what's it about exactly? I swerve a little to avoid another pothole. A news packet. If you remember, there was that one crazy thing that happened here in the early 1900s. I read a little bit about it, and it's pretty fucked up. Come on, Chase, language. Watch your profanity. Just thought I'd do a little more digging. Honestly, though, I just need to make something that looks good enough to pass with. Well, that sounds kind of fun. Are you going to have enough time to hang out? I know Leo made some plans. This whole thing was Leo's idea, actually. When I told him I'd be coming down to Echo for spring break, he suggested we all use it as an excuse to have a reunion. He says it hasn't been the same since the three of us left. Yeah, I should. I just need some B-roll and shots of the old creepy locations. Shouldn't take too long. I catch a flash of blue and see the lake to our right. The conversation dies down a bit, and pretty soon, we're all lost in our own thoughts. Finally, we round a bend and I start to catch some glimpses of the town. The tall, rusted signs for the gas station and motel loom over the rest of the old community. Lake Emma Road merges right onto Main Street, where the motel is at. Soon enough, we're returning into the parking lot. Or, we're turning, not returning, into the parking lot. There are only a few other cars in the parking lot. I park in the closest spot next to the door and switch off the ignition. We're leaving to be done with driving. I sit back for a moment, rubbing my eyes. Ugh. I hope you're grateful, TJ. I never want to drive that long again. I mean, if you're going to be driving back home, someone's got to drive. But apparently not Chase. Supposedly. TJ hops out of the car, clearly happy to be out. Ugh. Oh, he's a lynx. TJ puts his paws to his back and stretches out from toes to ear tufts. And I hear a few cracks. Gosh, it feels good to be out of there. I smile as I follow him out and stretch as well, though less flamboyantly. It's good to see TJ reverting back to his old cheerful self. Alright, I made the reservation, so I'll check us in. You boys want to bring in our stuff? Sure. Me and TJ head around to the trunk of the car, getting our bags and camera equipment while Jenna heads inside. I'm pleasantly surprised. While it's a bit musty, the room is spacious and generally clean, a lot more than I was expecting from a town like Echo. Although I've lived in the town for most of my life, I've never actually been in the motel. Hey, this is nice, and 2 double beds. Yeah, I thought I'd get one of the nicer rooms since everything here is dirt cheap. TJ sits his bags down on the bed. So I guess this'll be me and Chase's bed. Jenna can have her own, obviously. That's nice of you, TJ. Anyway, here are your keycards. She hands us both our keycards, which I slip into my back pocket. So when we gonna eat? I'm starving. My stomach grumbles. We haven't eaten since breakfast and it's late afternoon at this point. I pull out my phone, checking over my text with Leo. Leo said he's gonna get us some sandwiches from the diner. Did you tell? Yes, I told him to substitute the bread with the lettuce for yours, TJ. The bread with the lettuce? Wait, it's a lettuce sandwich. It's just like... Would it just be a sushi roll, but instead of rice, it's basically lettuce, and the inside's just deli meats? I mean, I don't understand a lettuce-wrapped burger, because the insides, like the patties, can be thick. But a sandwich... I'd have to see it myself. Alright, well, I've texted everyone that we're here. Let's at least unpack. It's going to get crowded, and I don't want all our stuff in the way. Half an hour later, we've got all of our stuff packed away in the motel drawers. Now I'm sitting on the bed, toying with my camera equipment while TJ watches TV and Jenna organizes her schoolwork. You know you're on vacation, right? And didn't you already get into grad school? You should relax. That's exactly why I need to be keeping up. There's a knock at the door, and being the closest, I get up to answer it. I'll get it. I look through the peephole excitedly and see a beanie cap and a pair of some familiar, very familiar horns poking through it. I grin as I unlock the door and swing it open. Carl. Chase. I slap paws with him and pull him into a hug. I immediately get a whiff of the pungent scent of pot. Of course. Despite that, his embrace is warm and plush. It's weird. It's very strange, but okay. He's talking about belly squishes. It's almost like what you'd expect from an anime where they talk about a girl hugging you from behind and they always have to emphasize the boobs pressing against your back, even though you're probably not going to feel it most of the times or something. An underlying sturdiness. It's like... I have a problem with Barra. I'm just gonna let everyone know. I don't like Barra or at all. I'm sorry to the developer who made this game who definitely likes Barra. I hate Barra. And there's a weird emphasis on them explaining how strong and soft and squishy and perfect they are. No, I refuse. He's changed a bit since I've last seen him. He's definitely bulkier. It's a lot of description, Jesus Christ. Okay, still getting blazed, huh? You know it. His jokey nature drops a bit as it gives me a more genuine smile. It's good to see you again. I feel warm inside as I smile back. You too. Is that Carl? Carl and I step back into the room, the ram remaining slouched as we do. Hey, Jenna. Carl, how have you been? Not bad, just living life like I'm a bee. Sounds like he's starting to sing the lyrics to his song, but he trails off as we all look at him expectantly. He just smiles back. Eh? Hey, is that TJ? Hi. Though he's smiling happily, TJ is outright crinkling his nose. Still up to your old habits, huh? Carl shrugs. I'm starting to remember that it's something he does a lot. It's his answer to almost everything. Gets quiet for a moment, then I clap my paws together. So what have you been up to, Carl? You're not online that often. Carl shrugs. Oh, you know, just hanging out. So, just constant pot smoker things. Must be kind of boring considering it's Echo. Not going outside helps. You've been able to find a job? I know they closed the old corner market you used to work at. Yeah, been kind of hard since pretty much everything's closing around here. On top of that, I still don't have a car that can get me to Peyton's. That's right. You crashed the one your parents got you. TJ's grinning sympathetically, but Carl hunches further into himself, looking sulky. Man, don't kill my vibe. What about school? Been thinking about going back? Not really, maybe. Carl's starting to lose that faraway look as he narrows his eyes. You should. You went for, what, a semester? That's not really enough time to tell if you're really cut out for college. Classes get easier to handle once you get used to it. Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly the schoolwork that was the problem. Yeah, you know, you're doing weed. It's not you're gonna think you can study for college or stuff, and like just constantly smoke weed. Ugh, bruh, seriously. What? Was I set up for an intervention or something? Carl looks over at me as if asking for help. Don't look at me. I had to deal with them for the past 10 hours. Guess I forgot how naggy they can be. That's because we care about you, Carl. Anyway, I'm pretty sure Chase has been missing you ever since you left school. Carl and I were in the same class throughout school. As a result, we entered college together. We even roomed together for that one semester, which was a lot of fun. Of course, I had missed him. Carl seems pretty eager to get off the topic, though. Speaking of school, didn't you get accepted into Weston, Jenna? Yep, going into experimental psych. I start in the fall. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Carl turns back to me. And you're into journalism, right? He looks over the equipment, looking confused. What's all this? Oh yeah, one of the reasons why I'm out here. I'm doing a news segment on Echo. Sounds like the feel-good movie of the year, Chase. That's what you get out of the feel-good town of the century, Carl. Yeah. Carl scratches his muzzle before turning to TJ. And you're doing what again? Sports? Something? Bible Olympics? Athletic training, but yes, it's a Christian school. Carl gives a thumbs up. Super. So we gonna eat? I'm hungry as hell. Hell is a little extreme there, Carl. Ugh. Not even you can be that hungry. Right? Are we sure? Where's Leo? He's bringing the sandwiches. He actually just texted me that he's here. He was picking up Flynn. So we're all gonna be here, just like old times. TJ almost looks like that little kid Lynx again, his ears twitching around with excitement. Ah, there they are. Carl just suddenly teleports and moves backwards. I grip the bedspread and watch as Carl moves around the corner to open the door. I hear it open, followed by the distinctive, deep, brassy voice. I was thinking they were going to say, like, bassies, you know, bass. The brassy voice of Flynn. Hey, why are you getting the door, fatty? To get to my sandwiches, dick face, I've got the munchies like a... yes, the stoner jokes. He's got the munchies. Where are they? Leo has them. Here he is. Hey, they all in there? My heart skips a beat and my tail thumps the bed as I hear Leo's high baritone. Does porno music start coming on? There's some bustling before they start coming around the corner, bringing me face to face with the rest of my childhood friends. Ah, the scareloon. Flynn comes first, slinking in casually, his posture loose and relaxed, slouching. Unlike Carl, his slouch makes him look like he just doesn't give a fuck, as opposed to just trying to make himself seem smaller. He wasn't a shy guy, as evidenced by his open shirt. And who you callin' a dickface? Flynn knocks Carl on the head, which made a loud thunking sound, but Carl just grins throughout. Hey Jenna, TJ, and Chase. He nods to each of us in turn, rubbing his knuckles. Immediately following him, his arm wrapped around two big brown paper bags, is Leo. Wait, did I read that properly? Immediately following him, his arms wrapped around two big, brown, paper bags, is Leo. He smiles over the tops of the bags, sweeping the room with his eyes along his tall rectangular ears. He pauses on Jenna, then TJ, before finding me. His face immediately breaks into a full-on grin as he walks over to the bed that I'm sitting on, setting down the bags. As he comes to a stop in front of me, I reach down my paws to slap his like I did with Carl. Instead, he grabs it to yank me up right into a tight bear hug, nearly squeezing the air out of me. Chase. Man, I missed you. Just like Carl, seems like Leo's gotten bigger and stronger. He lifted me up without even trying. The tension I've been feeling in my chest melts away like an ice cube on Echo's sidewalk. Everything's already getting gay. Everything's fine. All that worry about how he was going to react was for nothing. The hug is lasting kinda long though. I can feel everyone else looking at us. And just like that, he forgets we exist. Leo finally does pull back, then smacking me on the shoulder before turning to greet Jenna and TJ. I shakily sit back down, feeling a whole lot better, now that the introductions are out of the way. Fuck, leave Carl in a room for 5 seconds and it smells like a goddamn skunk sauna. The weed is just oozing out of your pores at this point. Flynn theatrically plugs his nostrils as he pulls the window open a crack. Carl rolls his eyes, slouching further and jamming his paws in his pocket. Oh, shut up. I think everyone here agrees that my smell is a lot better than your shedding. Nothing like leaving a big pile of lizard dust on the couch for the next person. And by the way, dude, that skunk comment was speciest. That lizard comment wasn't. Flynn turns to me, fanning air from the outside with his hand. What's worse, Chase? Or what's worse, Chase, Carl's smell, or my dusting off? Dusting off? That's not a thing. Try saying white flakes that chip off me with every step I take, except when I scratch my ass then it's like a fucking blizzard of dead skin. And some of it might land in your mouth. That's what you should call it. Hey, you furballs do it too, it's just less noticeable. Either way, it's hot in here. Are you cold-blooded? Someone turned down the goddamn thermostat. And suddenly, just TJ squeezes in between. I don't know. Somebody turned down your language, haha. TJ's just like, please! Jesus won't like it. TJ says it to him like a cheerful kindergarten teacher pep-talking a student into using his words. They stare at each other for about 5 seconds, Flynn's expression like a stone, while TJ slowly loses his smile. Well, Jesus, but fucking Christ, I'll be sure to watch that. Flynn. TJ actually looks pretty upset, but Flynn just reaches out and yanks him into a chokehold, the much shorter Lynx easily dwarfed by the lizard. Shut up, you priss, I'm just kidding. TJ half-heartedly fights the hold. I guess TJ thought he'd get some respect now that we're all adults. I guess not. I guess we can verify who's the bottom. Hey, ow. You still said it. Normally I might step in to help, but it's been a while since I've seen Flynn and TJ go at it. It's just too funny to stop. Look, no lightning, so much for your almighty oof. TJ jabs his elbow back into Flynn's stomach, doubling the lizard over for a second. See, God works in mysterious way. Ow. Flynn reaches up and grabs one of the tufts on TJ's ears and yanks, earning a yowl from the feline. Foul. Species features. Species features was something we made up to make our tussles a little more fair. Involves any distinct physical differences between our species that might pose a disadvantage, like my tail, Jenna's ears, or TJ's ear tufts. Carl was especially keen on it. Being a ram, his horns were often used as leverage against him. TJ, come get your sandwich. Yeah, anyone can just grab the horns, really, but, TJ finally yanks himself out of Flynn's grasp, smoothing down his fur as he tries to look as dignified as possible. Well, I can see things haven't changed. With that, TJ walks over to the table to get his food. I can't help but laugh. I think TJ won that one by technicality. Or did he? He might have fouled too. Flynn's got a soft lizard belly. Flynn snorts, rubbing his stomach. Oh, don't even try to tell me about soft, asshole. It looks like you swallowed a beach ball. Speaking of which, food. We all pass the bags around to get our food. A chicken sandwich for Jenna and TJ, roast beef for me and Leo, and 3 large veggie burgers that almost take up their own bag for Carl. Flynn, as usual, isn't eating anything. I think it's a lizard thing. I keep my seat on the bed as I unwrap the foil around my sandwich. The smell wafts up from the beef, making my mouth water and bringing some memories up with it. We'd all spent many nights at the old diner. I can remember the night me and Carl graduated. Lee took us all straight from Peyton High to the diner, skipping out on the all-night graduation party for sandwiches and milkshakes. I take a huge bite and a yellow bell pepper slips out the other end, landing back in the foil. Whoa, slow down, you're going to choke. Suddenly I'm almost falling over to the side as something heavy plants itself next to me on the bed. I quickly grab a napkin and bring it to my muzzle, wiping away the grease. Hey, Leo. Leo chuckles at my embarrassment and unwraps his own sandwich. Sorry if the bread is a little soggy. Garabo over here. Garabo? Gorobo? Garobo. I don't know what that is. Over here took his sweet time getting to the car. Hey, working in the town hall is serious business. I don't have a family business I can just waltz out of like you. Hey Flynn, I'll bet you that I can eat this whole burger in 1 minute. Yeah, I don't doubt you. Is that a fucking joke? Of course you can. I like Flynn. Okay, I like Flynn then. Flynn's cool. Haha, yeah, but what about 2 burgers? Don't choke, Carl. I decided to keep the conversation on Leo's job since that's the whole reason why he's still here. His business still pretty good. Yes, Peyton's getting bigger, so the number of customers, I guess it's a good thing. Or wait, sorry. Peyton's getting bigger, and so is the number of customers. I guess it's a good thing your dad moved it out of Echo, huh? For sure, the place is turning into a ghost town. It probably will be in another decade or 2. By some standards, it already is. I take another bite of my sandwich, biting right into another bell pepper. I'd forgotten how good the diner food is. I noticed TJ sitting next to Jenna at the table, pecking unhappily at his lettuce-wrapped chicken. I would be too if you had a lettuce-wrapped chicken. Jenna seems to as well as she leans towards him. What's wrong, TJ? It's just... never mind, it doesn't matter. Are you sure? It's just the mayo. I forget they put it on everything here. Jenna lifts up the bun on her, inspecting its contents. None of the mayo really got in my chicken here. No, you don't have... Jenna picks up the TJ sandwich and swaps out the grilled chicken. She rips off the layer of mayo, tainted lettuce from his lettuce bun, before swapping her chicken in. There, how's that? Thanks. It's then that TJ looks up and sees Leo and I staring at him. I see his ears flatten in embarrassment. What? Nothing, TJ, nothing. I don't get what anyone would be upset by mayo. I mean, mayo tastes good. And especially, I mean... I don't know, maybe if you just don't have like a mildly, I don't know, sort of like not so great household income when you're a kid and you've ever like just been low on money, when things like hot dogs are maybe too much. And if you've never tried this really basic sandwich, to just try like 2 slices of bread for a sandwich and just cut cucumbers in slices, you know, rough, some thickness, not too thick obviously, enough to put in the sandwich, or at least, you know, between the bread, obviously, and mayo. Just cucumber and mayo. Just like a little bit of mayo on the spread, just like what you'd think maybe do with butter, or what you'd do with, you know, the same amount of ketchup on a hot dog kind of thing. And then just slices of cucumber, maybe like 4 slices to line up symmetrically, just 4 of them in the sandwich. Just mayo and cucumbers. A mayo cucumber sandwich. Tastes amazing. I'm not sure if you really need to salt the cucumbers at the same time. I've never done that, so But mayo is always awesome. I love mayo. Just not on burgers. Not, whatever. So are your parents still letting you live in the house here in Neco? Yes, we actually tried to sell it last year, but of course no one bought it. I think 2 people came to look but took off once they saw the town. Anyway, my parents are living in Peyton in a house twice as big as the old one. Must be pretty cool living in your own house. My parents aren't constantly breathing... my parents aren't constantly breathing down my neck, so that's, you know, nice. Leo's already finished his first sandwich, and now he's unwrapping the second. He sure could eat a lot. How many people are still here anyway? In the town, I mean. Leo takes another bite, and I hear the crunch of the peppers through his muzzle. He chews thoughtfully for a moment before swallowing. Not too sure. Of course, I know almost everyone here, but most don't actually live here anymore. Most everyone's turned their old house into a sort of vacation home now. Really, why? I can't imagine anyone coming here for a vacation. What are they doing exactly? It's just not a vacation, but sort of is, but just a getaway for a reunion, but on vacation? Unless your hobbies are meth or dying of heat stroke. Well, they've all got their old houses here, and it's cheap to build. And the town is actually trying to turn that old lake into a recreational thing. Lake Emma? Yeah, they're putting in docks and stuff. Lake Emma's the old reservoir just a few minutes outside of town. As kids, we used to play around here or there all the time. It's generally an ugly place. Dead fish on the banks, terrible smell, mosquitoes everywhere. Then again, it could have changed since then. I haven't been there in 12 years now. None of us have. Thinking about the lake is making my stomach tighten again, forcing away my appetite in the process. It's been so long at this point, I need to learn to get over things. Actually, that reminds me. The others are pretty deep in their own conversations, but I lower my voice anyway, leaning into Leo. Hey, Leo. Leo turns to me. He had been in the middle of a massive bite, and now he has a bell pepper half hanging out of his muzzle. That throws off my train of thought for a second. Yeah, so I wanted to get some shots of the lake for my project. Leo ducks his head to pull out the pepper from his muzzle, only to shove it back in a second later. He chews for a while, but his ears are still tipped towards me, so I go on. It's kind of important to Echo's history, anyway. He told me that on Monday everyone's free during lunch. I can tell by the set of Leo's ears that he knows where I'm going, and he's not too into the idea. I quickly go on. Of course, we don't have to, but it's been a long time, and if the town is making it look better, it could be fun. Listen, Chase, I feel my face burn a little under the fur. Sorry, it was a dumb idea. No, Chase, if it were up to me, I'd definitely do it. It's just... Leo looks towards Flynn, and I do as well, finding him still bantering with Carl. It doesn't matter how fucking fast you eat, I'm not gonna be impressed. He's got that classic Flynn look on his face where he's pressing his lips together, trying not to smile. What if I ate all 3? You've already eaten most of the first one, so that's not gonna happen now, is it? I look back down at my sandwich. I suddenly feel really guilty. Here I am, look back at after 3 years, just assuming that I know how everyone feels. Now I'm kind of feeling like an imposter. Leo notices like he always did, and he nudges me with his shoulders. Hey, don't worry about it, it's not your fault. Suddenly Leo's ears perked up, and I know he suddenly had an idea. His ears made him easily readable, just as reading people come easily to him. It made it all the more impressive that he was able to tell what most of us were thinking, considering my short, stubby ears, or Flynn's lack thereof. Listen, there's a cool little spot by the river that's actually pretty close to the lake. We could have lunch, and you could walk over and get your shots. The idea makes me feel a little bit better. Alright, that could be fun. Also, this motel doesn't have a pool, so it'd be really nice to swim in something. Otters in their waters. Anyway, I'll have to ask Flynn, but I think he'll be okay with it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to leave it here, though. For the time being, I'll save slot 2 just in case. Because I don't know really if choices in part 1 will matter, because I'm sure the game itself, let me double check the store page too, by the way. How many endings, I wonder, are there? Are there, is it linear? Is there endings? I'm gonna assume there's like pathways, if anything. I saw there's something like that in the main menu. I'm gonna assume it's just like you can take different paths, sort of like, maybe comparable to a butterfly effect? Let me check. I knew I found something. But options... No, where was it? Yeah, this thing. How did I even get in here, by the way? Like, I click the truck. Or, wait, what? Or is it just clicking the truck? Or, no idea. Yeah, you see, like, all these characters, it says locked. Is this like... Hopefully it's not about, like, dating. Not sure. Locked, though. I'll assume they're, like, still images. Hopefully it's not about, like, here's the people you fucked 5 times and 3 times. I don't know. We can play the different songs here, apparently. I'm not sure what it's all about, man. But that's... Wait. On the bottom right, man, it's a little... It's what, a picture of an otter just kind of lingering in a broken window. It's kind of weird, man. But anyways, yeah, that's I was thinking the butterfly effect, or just scenes that you get for doing specific things with said characters. No idea. But let me know your thoughts down below. If you'd want me to continue, we'll see. But if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, make me a subscriber. Hit that bell notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.